what is mental health? If you were to describe mental health, what would you say? You might say, well, it's about how you feel mentally, isn't it? And that's not saying much. Perhaps you might answer that mental health is about feeling depressed or having anxiety. But those are examples of mental disorders. Or maybe you might say that mental health means being happy all the time. Well, not really. Being able to feel happy is important, but mental health is about so much more than that. So, what is mental health? It's not an easy question to answer, because the term includes both positive and negative sides. The negative side, mental health problems, can include psychological problems such as anxiety or feeling down, or psychiatric disorders such as depression or eating disorders. Mental disorders can make it difficult for us to function well in everyday life, and sometimes you need help to feel better. There's also the positive side of mental health, well-being. Having positive mental health means that you enjoy life, experience happiness, have a sense of coherence, and good social relationships. It also means being able to handle life's ups and downs and feeling like you're part of a community. But your mental health status isn't static. It can change. How, you might wonder? Mental health is affected partly by biological factors, but also by what we go through in life. Particularly important are our early experiences. The more positive experiences we have, the less risk we have of suffering from mental health problems, even later in life. The factors that affect mental health are called protective factors and risk factors. So, what could some protective factors be? Well, it helps to have good self-esteem or a close friend, a good work environment, or a hobby that you really enjoy. Eating healthy, moving regularly, and getting enough sleep and recovery time are also important. Risk factors, on the other hand, can, for example, be growing up in a family with substance abuse or many conflicts, financial difficulties, or feeling like you don't fit in. This can have a negative impact on health. The good thing is that some protective factors can help lower the impact of some risk factors, increase our resistance to mental illness, and make us better equipped to take on life's challenges. In other words, our ability to cope with life's challenges is linked to our mental health. What kind of challenges, you might think to yourself? Well, they come in all kinds of forms, like stress before an exam or having a lot to do at work. Or maybe you or someone close to you gets sick. Challenges can also be social, like conflicts within the family, or feeling very, very lonely. In fact, life rarely turns out the way you imagined. When we face challenges in life, our mental health affects our ability to cope with them. But how do you gain this ability? Is it something you're born with? No. Dealing with difficulties is something we learn throughout our lives. So, if you were to describe mental health, you might say, it's about how you feel mentally, socially, and emotionally, but also about your ability to cope with life's ups and downs. And if you were to describe positive mental health, you might say, positive mental health is a resource that will help you deal with all the challenges that life throws at you, a resource that can be harmed by risk factors or strengthened by protective factors. And that's a good description. Public Health Agency of Sweden.